So it's recording it, so if you can come this way.
这黑人脸吗？
Thank you, Abada. All right. My name is Ann Huang. Welcome to Arts Advocacy Day. People still arriving, so feel free to come up to the steps a little bit to make room for the new arrival.
Like onto the top 3 steps, all right? Well, these 3 here. Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
Thank you very much.
Not on this one.
All right. Welcome to San Francisco Arts Advocacy Day. Arts Advocacy Day has been organized with the support of San Francisco arts groups from across the spectrum to continue the importance of arts funding advocacy. We're also here because the arts are threatened nationally and need our support locally. My name is Ann Huang. I am with Arts West, producers of the San Francisco Ethnic Dance Festival. The festival was founded in 1978 by Grants for the Arts as the first city-sponsored multi-ethnic dance festival in the United States. In the last 4 decades, with the support from Grants for the Arts and San Francisco Arts Commission, we have grown to be the largest multi-ethnic dance festival in Northern California, supporting 450 dance groups. Without the support from Grants for the Arts and San Francisco Arts Commission, we would not have been able to support the artistic growth and the cultural preservation work of companies like Chitrus Dance Company, Navajo, Lika, On Dance, and many other local artists sustaining cultures from around the world. Now, we're all here today to stand as a coalition of diverse arts and cultural communities of San Francisco. We represent every neighborhood, every district in the city. We represent arts organizations, big and small, of every size. We are individual artists and cultural workers. This is an unprecedented opportunity for individual artists and arts organizations of every size to band together, advocate for the arts of our beloved city. Now, we are here specifically to support Grants for the Arts, San Francisco Arts Mission, continuing funding. Specifically, we're asking the city to support a $2.5 million additional funding for these 2 agencies because the funding at national level is tenuous. So at the end, after we hear all the speakers, we invite you to come to City Hall and speak about, speak from your heart, support the arts and your experience of arts in San Francisco. All right, you're gonna hear from some of these artists today. First up, we have Marcia from Abada to speak about the importance of our collective gathering today.
Short, but very special to be here today, be a part of this rally, right? And the arts change people, change community, brings community together, brings people together, brings countries together. So a true artist don't discriminate at all. Any aspect, opposite, okay? Build bridges. The artists are responsible to build bridges. So I wanna put here a big scream for us to fight, do everything in your ability to talk to supervisors, write letters, phone calls, do everything you can to keep the arts everywhere but especially here in the Bay Area. I'm an immigrant. I came here. I did overextend my visa for a long time. I was illegal, right? Illegal alien. And I was able to get my legal status through capoeira, through my art, through my work, through my students, through my commitment to the arts, to especially Brazilian culture. So that wouldn't be possible if I didn't have some open doors and people believe on me, some arts organization to support and believe on us. We don't get directly funding from NEA, but still trickles down. So we do receive funding from the city grants, some private foundations, all end up trickling down. That doesn't matter if you get funds for NEA or not. You know, we're gonna be affected by somehow. We offer free programs, low-cost programs in the mission. We're right on heart of mission. The day today, mission. And 25 years ago, I moved here. So I start from zero. And today I have a big organization run. Americans are under my supervision, teachers, performers who come out of my work. So I didn't came here to take anything away. I came here to share my culture, share my gives jobs. We provide jobs to other artists, to the other positions in our community. So let's fight for the arts. Let's stay sport, NEA, Grants for the Arts, San Francisco Foundation, all the organizations out there. We're very thankful. Thank you, San Francisco, for letting me do my art. And I hope we can still have the city open to the arts, to people, immigrants, whatever you want, to have a place and share the culture, share the love, and bring people together with the arts.
Okay, thank you, Marcia. Now we're gonna hear from Ramon from Queer Cultural Center.
Hi, my name is Ramona Webb, and I'm the Associate Artistic Director of the Queer Cultural Center. And the funding that we are looking at losing is imperative to the work that we do. Our ability to thrive as an artistic community is dependent on art funding. We at the Queer Cultural Center offer queer community residencies to emerging artists, and it was residencies like these that actually started my personal career as a full-time artist in the Bay Area in San Francisco for the last 11 years. Without the help of this funding, I would not exist as an artist. And without this funding, the National Queer Arts Festival, which celebrates 20 years here in San Francisco, California, allowed us to even expand in the last year into Oakland, and it's what allows us to help to sustain a struggling artistic community that has been forgotten about in this economic pitfall of economy. We've fallen, but we have not been forgotten about. It's important that we sustain programs. It's important that we look into the future of our artistic community to understand how important it actually is. For 7 years, I served as the Artistic Director of Lyrical Minded 415 and Project ABLE, Art-Based Learning for Equity in San Francisco Unified School District. I took teaching artists into Title I neglected school sites, which means group homes, lockdown mental health facilities, orphanages, county court schools, and day treatment facilities for youth. It was through learning through the arts practices that these students were re-engaged and put back on the pathway to academic success. None of this would be possible without art funding. None of the artists who teach for these programs would be possible without art funding, nor would our careers. I am a student of the arts as well at CIIS and the MFA Theater Performance Institute. And my career as a foregoing artist and academic and artistic leader and activist does not exist without this kind of funding. The San Francisco Poetry Slam community, which reaches out not only to youth but also to adults and has brought home a number of trophies and done a number of amazing things, but without art funding, without residencies, without community theaters who are willing to let us through the front doors, we as well would not exist or have the heroic history of wins and amazing accomplishments that we do. So, without art, we do not exist. And so it's a vote for our existence, as a vote in understanding how important and how imperative it is for us to raise our voices, to be heard, to be seen, and not to be quieted, not to be forgotten about. It's important that we support this cause, our advocacy, our art communities, and our art learning communities. Not only is it affecting us as adults and as artists and theater makers, but it also affects our youth and our young people and the example we set for the careers that they are allowed to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona.
Wait, they're getting the mic. Wait till they get the mic.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, while we're setting up the mic, we're gonna do a photo with everybody, and we're gonna ask you to hold up your sign, take a photo, to warm up. Save our arts!
Save our arts!
Save our arts!
Save our arts!
Save our arts! Save our arts! Save our arts! Save our arts! You save our arts! Thank you. Hold up your sign.
Save our arts!
Okay. All right. Next, we're going to hear from Sarah from Arts Cultural Center.
Thanks, everyone. Let's make some noise. When I say art, you say matter. Arts matter. Arts matter. When I say art, you say matter. Arts matter. Arts matter. Arts matter. Arts matter. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Clap your hands if you have ever been personally moved by a piece of art. Clap your hands if you have ever had your assumptions challenged by a piece of art. Clap your hands if you've ever encountered a perspective that was radically different than yours through art. It's cool. My name's Sarah Pritchard. I'm the Director of Communications and Strategy at Arts Cultural Center. I'm also a dancer and an artist, and this is why I do my work. As a queer artist who makes experimental work, and as someone who cares deeply about racial equity in the arts, I have witnessed the way that Arts and the other cultural centers of the city support artists whose voices are too often marginalized in the mainstream art world. When I hear statistics like 60% of San Francisco residents feel that the arts are not accessible to everyone, I can't help but think that that is because so many of the artists celebrated by mainstream institutions are not representative of our neighborhoods, our communities, our schools, and our nightclubs. Organizations like Arts seek to change seek to change this perspective by supporting the artists of color, queer and trans, and women artists who are doing groundbreaking work in their communities. And by producing this innovative work had events and exhibitions that are free or no one turned away for lack of funds. As the Bay Area continues to change and as so many artists continue to feel the pressures of gentrification and displacement, it's crucial that spaces like SOMARTS continue to exist to foster the cultural diversity and vibrancy of the Bay Area. This is why we are here today, to urge San Francisco supervisors and Mayor Lee to maintain the grants for the arts budget and the San Francisco Arts Commission budget, and to increase the funding for the next year. In a political climate that is just saturated with so much hateful rhetoric and policy decisions, now more than ever, we must support the power of the arts to bring people together, to challenge assumptions, and to shift people's perspectives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Now we want to welcome Supervisor Kim to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, I didn't know the mic didn't get turned on until I got here. But I'm so glad that our voices can be heard today. I took the oath to this office to serve on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors and serve the city and county of San Francisco. I took an oath to defend the Constitution of the state of California and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I'm not scared to call Trump an enemy of the state that I'm a part of. When our president attacks our low-income seniors and the meals that they depend on every single day, when our president challenges and threatens refugees who are escaping violent natures in their home countries, when our president threatens our immigrants, when he threatens our low-income residents, when he threatens our Muslim brothers and sisters, he threatens all of us. But we will really lose. We will really lose, and I will be really scared and frightened if we lose our arts and our media. Because there is no chance that our most vulnerable have. There is no chance that we have as fighters for truth, for democracy, without free media and without investment in our arts community. And that is why this fight is so important today. And by the way, the fight didn't just start today, because even though Trump is not just threatening to cut the NEA, but completely eliminate it, it wasn't even that much money to begin with.
That's right.
In the city and county of San Francisco, we're talking about a paltry $2.5 million to invest in our arts community. That is nothing. This fight began long before President Trump entered into the White House. We are in a fight for our country, for our culture, for our values, and I want to thank our artists who struggle to live here in the Bay Area every day, that is fighting for the culture of our communities and of our neighborhoods. Thank you. And so as we take on the fight at Congress to defend the NEA and the National Endowment for the Humanities as well, it's not just important to say no more cuts. And no more cuts here at the city and county of San Francisco as well for the arts community. But we need to increase that pot of funding, and we need it more than ever today. So I just want to recognize and thank the coalition of arts organizations, both large and small, that contribute to everyday San Franciscans for putting this on today. And I look forward to being with you as we go through the budget process over the next couple of months to make sure that we not only refuse to decrease or cut any funding to the arts community, but we ask for more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Kim. Now we're going to hear from Jason with Kearney Street Workshop.
Hello, my name is Jason Bayani, and I'm the Artistic Director for Kearney Street Workshop. We are the oldest multidisciplinary Asian Pacific American arts organization in the country, now entering our 45th year of existence. Our founders started KSW in the basement of the International Hotel, a low-cost residential space that housed many former Filipino laborers in what was once Manila town. Many of the artists who came through KSW during this period were born during a time when the Exclusion Act was still in effect. Some were alive during internment. All of them were witness to and participants of the civil rights movement. During our early years, the I Hotel was sold to developers. The battle to prevent its elderly residents from being evicted was a galvanizing moment for Asian American activists and activists in the city as a whole. This is the story I've been told before I started working for this organization. The same story I was told 20 years ago in a classroom at SF State. This story was told not only in essays, articles, and history books, but poems. It exists in silkscreen prints, posters, paintings, photographs. It lives in the theater, literature, dance, music. This art was made because we were a community of artists experiencing it together. People argue whether art is inherently political. At its core, we believe art is access to the imagination, and far too often, we're having to fight for our narratives. For us, as Asian Americans, something like the myth of the model minority erases the struggle of Asian Americans who live below the poverty line. It erases the works of solidarity with other communities of color that have been long established before many of us whose families came after the 1965 Immigration Act were even born. Part of our mission is to turn artists into community members and community members into artists. And under this Asian Pacific American umbrella is not a singular identity, but many communities. And the work of artists helps shape the narratives of these communities. It helps tell their stories. It helps counter the narratives that are imposed upon us. It helps many of us in this country who are unsure of our identity attain the means to understand ourselves and maybe help other communities understand us as well. For us to imagine is to resist. To ensure our stories remain part of the fabric of this city and beyond. In 1972, KSW began with $2,000 in federal and city grants. We are here 45 years later because of these grants, and we've struggled at times, but we remain because we have communities that need us. At Kearney Street Workshop, we've established a line of support for artists at all stages of their careers through performance and educational opportunities, culminating in our yearly festival for emerging Asian Pacific American artists, Aperture, which showcases about 50 to 60 emerging artists every year. Our story is not the only one being told or that needs to be told in the city. We are one of many organizations out here providing opportunities and space. Fighting for the arts is one way we fight for our agency, our self-determination. And I hope this city will continue to support the work being done here. We'll stand up for the arts in the face of this administration and declare its belief in the importance of our existence.
Thank you, Brother Jason. All right, now we're going to hear from Ruth with the San Francisco Opera.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Director of Education at San Francisco Opera. And San Francisco Opera's art institutions are not just committed to creating amazing arts and cultural programming for residents, but also in investing in our community and especially kids of all ages and abilities. My father's mentor, the late great American conductor Robert Shaw, said, "The arts are not simply skills. Their concern is the intellectual, ethical, and spiritual maturity of human life. The arts have become the custodians of those values which most worthfully define humanity." So I'd like to share a story about a program we had a year ago and some students in that program. San Francisco Opera held over spring break, and it was a partnership we served about 25 teens from around the community, and we were in partnership with ACT, SF Jazz, San Francisco Ballet, and the Boys and Girls Club, Don Fisher Clubhouse. This year's program is coming up, and we're also partnering with Citizen Film and Youth Speaks. Collaboration is key. So one student who was participating last year, 16 years old, African-American young man named Armand. He lives in Visitation Valley. He goes to SFUSD Downtown High School. Because of ACT's presence at his school, he discovered the creative outlet of theater. So he threw his name in the hat to check us out at the spring break program. And we said, you not only have to choose theater or something to participate in, but also one other art form. And he chose dance. Yes! He had an enlightening experience that week. He had never danced. He had never created art. He had never performed in front of other people. And he found a safe environment in which he could be himself and was not being judged. That is the arts. After the showcase performance, Armand rallied all the students together in a circle, and he talked about how significant the experience was to him. He said, coming into this week, I was tired, I was stressed, I was pretty sure we were all tired, but I can safely say that I have found something special in every single one of you. And even though I hope to, I may not see you guys ever again. Shed a tear. But I hope one day that we can look back on this and make a very fond memory for everyone. What incredible leadership. You could see his confidence building over that week. And by pulling the group together, he demonstrated the importance of community. And that could only have done through his artistic experience for a whole week together with others. So Tyrone, his teaching artist at ACT, continues to work with Armand, and Armand told him that theater has helped him open up as a person, to be more vulnerable, and has helped him understand his own responsibilities and what he needs to do as a person in this world. That's very powerful, and that's what arts can do. We need to do more programs like this. We need to reach students in every school. To do so, we need the city to support us by not cutting grants for the arts, not cutting the San Francisco Arts Commission, and in fact, to invest another $2.5 million for next year's funding. We got so close with Prop S, everybody. This is incredible support that was shown for the arts and San Francisco residents. We can't have any cuts. Only more support can happen now. We also need affordable housing for our artists, our staff, and our teaching artists.
Heck yeah!
It is those of us who make it happen for these incredible education programs to happen and the arts to happen in this community. And we all need to fight these plans to cut the anyway. Let's do this. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Now we're going to hear from Leah from Contemporary Jewish Museum.
Hi, my name is Leah Greenberg, and I have been an arts educator here in San Francisco for 18 years, working directly with youth and managing programs at nonprofits, incredible places such as World Arts West, the San Francisco Mime Troupe, Youth Art Exchange, and for the past 7 years, the Contemporary Jewish Museum. I have directly experienced the valuable impact that the arts have on young people. Visual and performing arts programs are largely based on the principles of youth development. They are dedicated to supporting youth to become healthy, engaged, independent adults. Art programs not only provide safe and productive venues for youth, they, I'd say, unlike academic and athletic programs with more rigid outcomes, they have the unique capacity to affirm and nourish the individuality, and the perspectives of each young person. They allow them to discover who they are and to find a creative outlet for expressing the myriad of thoughts and emotions that they're grappling with. Furthermore, arts programs foster life skills such as critical thinking and open-mindedness, which are crucial for raising engaged citizens. Many programs like Teen Art Connect at the Contemporary Jewish Museum, Art Speak at the Asian Art Museum, fellows at YBCA, all of our wonderful colleagues at museums and other institutions around San Francisco challenge young people to communicate and collaborate across boundaries of race and gender and sexuality and class and religion. Teen Art Connect interns are given authentic opportunities to communicate and collaborate with people they would never likely come into contact with in their schools and their neighborhoods. Public and private schools work together, students work together, Muslims, Jews, Christians, all different folks are given the opportunity to discover what a pluralistic society can be like. In this way, and many others, the young people in these programs are actually setting the bar higher for us grown folks, modeling what is possible here and now. Arts educators are not only developing a future generation of thinkers, creatives, and leaders, we are valuing the contributions that young people are making today. For the past 4 years, the CJM has shown this commitment to celebrating diverse youth voices by actually putting their artwork in the museum alongside professional artists. This work could not be any more relevant than it is today, as the language of hate and prejudice have risen again. Arts programs are crucial avenues for celebrating the ideas and perspectives of people from all backgrounds and all ages. I stand with my arts education colleagues and those from the Museum Teen Force and Yerba Buena cultural workers in demanding funding for the arts.
Thank you, Leah. Now we're going to hear from Idris from Cultural Odyssey.
Let's all do this together. Repeat after me. Ay-ya-ya, yeah, 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 yeah. Ay-ya, yeah, 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 yeah. Put your hands together. Ay-ya, yeah, yeah. Ay-ya, yeah, yeah. Ay-ya, yeah, yeah. Ay-ya, yeah, yeah. Yes, because if we're gonna make all this happen, we gotta do it together. I'm Idris Akamor from Cultural Odyssey. My organization is 38 years old. I founded it in 1979. My partner is the esteemed Rhodessa Jones, who created the Medea Project Theater for Incarcerated Women. My band, The Pyramids, was founded 45 years ago in 1972, and we're going all over the world right now performing. But I just want to say, I want to take everybody back very quickly to 1990, when we had a very big multicultural festival here in San Francisco called Festival 2000. And Festival 2000 crashed and burned on arrival, putting many artists out of work, losing many possibilities. But the artists got together and we worked together in the Cultural Equity Task Force for over 6 months. That was one of the main reasons the San Francisco Art Commission Cultural Equity Endowment was founded. And that is through Arts Advocacy, and that's what we have to do in this day and age. We have to get together, work together, organize, and survive. Thank you.
All right, now we're gonna welcome Supervisor Fewer to say a few words to support the arts.
Hey
morning and soon good afternoon, everyone, or it is good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming today. I'll be very brief. You know, as a past school board member, I know how important it is to have the arts in our schools and also to support it. It is the heart and soul of San Francisco. As a mother of a son who is an artist also, who is a music composer, I know the light and joy it has brought to him, and also as a private place and a public place to actually express himself. And so I stand in solidarity with you. I think this is a horrible, of course, situation that we're in nationally, but in this city, let's hope that we can continue to our commitment to the arts and culture, and also to all the artists and the budding artists that actually put San Francisco on the map. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Supervisor. Now we have two last speakers to tie everything up for us. And now we have John Moscone.
Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan Moscone. I was one of the proponents of Proposition S. And I love this back here. We at November 8th got 64% of the vote. That is a mandate in San Francisco for people who believe, 64% of San Francisco believe that the arts deserve funding, consistent funding, increase in cultural equity, increase in funding. But now we face a bigger threat. We face a federal government who thinks that art and culture belongs to the privileged few. So today in San Francisco, when we advocate for the arts, we stand up against that. We do not believe that. We believe that everybody counts. Everybody deserves arts. Everybody deserves culture. Everybody deserves arts education. Everybody deserves literacy. No one is better than anybody else. And we must protest the federal government by advocating for the arts right now, today. Thank you.
Catherine from Arts for Bay Area.
When I say culture is, you say power. Culture is. 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 Power. Thank you for being here today, because you are an arts advocate. Together, collectively, we are the various arts and culture communities of San Francisco and the Bay Area. A lot of us do not live in San Francisco, but we work here. So, Arts for a Better Bay Area is an arts policy education coalition with small, big organizations, individuals like yourselves showing up today and in other ways to make sure, as the speakers were saying, that not only are we standing up for ourselves and our own communities, but to show that we are weavers of the social fabric of a vibrant, thriving, equitable community. So can I get again? Culture is. Power. Culture is. Power. Culture is. Power. Thank you. All right, so we're going to be moving into public comments, and we're item number 25. So folks who are going to be here, please wait with us. We'll make our presence known again at the supervisor chambers, supervisor meeting. Our actions today should be handed out, but there really are to keep the current budget for San Francisco Arts Commission, Grants for the Arts, who support a lot of important organizations and who could honestly support even more organizations. So that's right baseline. We want to keep it and we want that increase. Yes. So what do we want right now?
The power for an increase.
I want more of that. Yes. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. I can't remember if I'm missing anything on my talking points. Thank you, supervisors Kim and Fewer, for joining us. If you want any more information, feel free to come to me or anyone else. Well, the folks up here. Thank you so much.